Jay here. I'm here to bring you a review on Samurai Jack, Season 5, Episode 1. At the beginning of this episode, it shows some blue aliens, like, running from something. And it shows what they're running from, and it's like some robot insect looking creature things. And they surround, like, these blue alien things that, like, talk through, like, static electricity with their antennas. And it, like, before, when they were getting surrounded, what it read, like, with both of them, they both told each other that they love you, like, I love you. And then out of nowhere, like, some stranger, like, rides in on a motorcycle and just starts fucking up all the insect creature things, pulling spikes out of the fucking tires of the motorcycle that this person was on, and just roll, like, literally riding over the fucking insect robot creature things and just fuck them all up, getting off his motorcycle and, like, taking out some fucking Triton and fucking just stabbing through all the fucking robots and shit and just fucking them all up. So during him fucking the insect things up, one of the insect things, like, hit him in the face or something and, like, cut the mask in half, and it ended up being Jack. So as soon as the mask came off, one of the blue creatures, like, recognized that it was Jack. Like, it read on her antennas Jack. And then so Jack, like, he went berserk after his mask got ripped off. And then after he saved the blue people, he took off on his motorcycle, and the blue people said thank you with their antenna. So, and then I guess the intro, like, started where it starts saying, like, it's been 50 years but Jack hasn't aged. So after the intro, it goes to, like, a lady giving birth, and she's giving birth to, like, 7 babies and shit. And, like, they're just coming out black. They're all coming out black. It's like black babies when they're, like, getting pushed out. And then after the mom or whatever that was having the babies, she puts on the mask and starts praising Aku. And then it goes to Jack, and he's just cruising on his motorcycle through the forest, and he gets off on his motorcycle, and he goes to the lake or the river or whatever, and he starts drinking some water. And as the leaves were falling down, he's seen his parents saying that, why have you failed me, and all that shit. And then he's seen some dude on, like a horseman or something, and he got really scared and got on his motorcycle and just took off. Then it shows Jack, like, I guess camping, and he's like eating a rat, I guess, and he's like sitting there just like, I don't know, just thinking and shit. And then when he was looking in the fire, he seen his dad, and then, like, just his dad's like, why have you failed me? Have you forgotten your purpose? And he's saying, like, no, Aku has erased my like, way to the past. So as Jack said that there was no way back, that Aku, like, he fucking destroyed the way back. Um, he seen that horseman again, and that fucking scared him. He took off again. After that, it goes to back to them. I guess they're not babies anymore. They're kids, and then, like, they're getting trained, like, really trained, like, fucking beaten up by a fucking buff little fucking thing with a mask. Like, it was just a bunch of people with the same mask, and there was a buff one with a mask, and he was just fucking them up, and they're just little kids. And I guess the lady, she said they're Aku's daughters. So I guess Aku had sex with that lady, and she had Aku's babies or whatever. But anyways, that's Aku's daughters, and they're getting trained and all that shit. Like, they're getting trained to assassinate fucking Samurai Jack. And it goes back to Samurai Jack, and he's like cruising on his motorcycle, and he gets off to some town, and he's looking around, and they're just dead and all that shit. And then he meets some robot, And this robot's like, yeah, I'm Aku's right hand assassin or something like that. And he starts telling Jack like, come on, draw your sword. And he looks at Jack like, where's your sword? He starts saying like, oh yeah, did you lose your sword? And then Jack remembers back when he lost his sword, and his sword like fell out his hand and fell into like a pit, and I guess it's like somewhere. So after that robot dude noticed that Jack didn't have his sword and all that shit, he starts playing some flute, and like I guess that's his power, and like making the like a rock monster and all that shit, and Jack like destroyed that like real quick, and like fucking just throwing rocks, fucking making some sword like fly and all that shit. And Jack like destroyed his flute, but like he started humming and shit, and still making his sword like fly and shit. So Jack's like dodging away from that sword, fighting that sword, and fighting that dude. Um, that dude just fucking humming while he's fighting Jack, and then fucking Jack, like he at the end he ended up using his fucking that dude's own sword, because he pulled out a fucking sword that like shattered fucking Jack's swords. Like it was like some, it made some sound and it would shatter fucking Jack's sword. So Jack got a fucking idea, and he used one of his swords, and when it vibrated he threw it at the robot dude and it exploded. Then Jack picked up one of the dude's sword, the sword that was flying everywhere chasing Jack, and he sliced that fucking robot dude in half. After that, mm, it showed fucking them girls again, and I guess they're like grown, and like they're like fucking fully trained, and they're fucking like ready, knocking out their training partners or whatever. Well, there's no mercy or whatever in their training or whatever, and I guess they're ready. And the one that had birthed them, or their leader or whatever, their mom, it's supposed to be their mom, but she treats them like shit in the episode. Anyways, she sends them off, and she's to go kill Samurai Jack, and it ended. So wow, that was a fucking dope premiere. Like, Jack doesn't have his sword. Jack is pretty dope without his sword. He uses guns now. He's pretty fucked up from being like in the future for 50 years and not having a way back to the fucking past where he's from. Man, I'm I thought it was gonna be dumb, but wow, this I can't wait to see more. Like, damn, fuck. I'm Jay, and this is my review on Samurai Jack, season 5, episode 1. Thank you for watching.